2 weeks ago, the Israeli military targeted you and other senior Hamas leaders right here in the Qatari capital. How did you and the other senior officials survive that attack?
I think it is a miracle because the rockets are very close to us. We are under target, and it was all the rockets were directed to the place, but we are not in the place which was targeted. Alhamdulillah.
It struck a different room, is what you're saying?
We are in a different place, yes. Maybe they have misinformation about the situation. The target is so heavy. They launched more than 12 rockets against the office of Dr. Khalil, and they destroyed completely. They killed 5 people there. It was a brutal attack on us. So I think it was long and very strong message to us and even to Qatari that we are not interested in negotiation. We want to kill, we want to destroy, we want to assassinate. This is our own policy to handle the whole situation.
Do you feel safe in Doha?
No one can be safe. Israel, I think that is a country of terrorism, a country of a state of horrific action, genocide. They want to kill and to kill and to kill to prove that they are the super power in the Middle East. So no one can give guarantees that Israel could not do it again here in Qatar or do it in other places.
When you were targeted, at that moment, you and other senior Hamas leaders were reviewing the latest ceasefire proposal from the United States. 2 weeks later, where do ceasefire negotiations stand now?
Everything now is frozen. Frozen because that Israel is not interested in negotiation. They are not interested now to have good contact even with Egypt or with Qatar or to achieve a peaceful agreement for the ceasefire in Gaza Strip.
So how do you view the United States' role and specifically President Trump's role going forward in these negotiations, in the process of ending the war?
And we suppose the United States to be honest and a neutral mediator. The Americans, they lost their credibility. All the time they support Israel on the account of the Palestinian people, and they never fulfilled their promises. This is the problem of the Americans. They could not prove that they are honest and neutral mediator.
This latest American proposal calls for you to release all the hostages, living and dead, in exchange for thousands of Palestinian prisoners, an immediate ceasefire, and the start of negotiations to end the war. Why not take that deal?
Look, I think we have to now to reach a comprehensive deal. We want to finish the war.
I know, but I'm asking you about the specific American proposal, if you could answer.
We first of all, we insisted to go to the comprehensive deal, to retain all the hostages, either alive or dead. And we said frankly, we can return them in 24 hours. But Israel, they refused. You know, the main...
Well, they have conditions for ending the war. Their conditions are Israel's conditions for ending the war. They want Hamas to be out of power, and they want Hamas to disarm. Are you willing to abandon power in Gaza and lay down your weapons?
Look, first for the power in Gaza, the authority in Gaza, we have an agreement with all Palestinian factions and even with the Egyptians. And I think that the Egyptians, they play a good role and send this proposal to different countries and even approved by the Arabic League that, okay, we can have a technocrat, we have kind of neutral and professional committee for ruling Gaza. Okay, we finish it. Regarding the disarm of Hamas, I think we have to understand very well that the arm of Hamas is a legitimate and legal weapons which used all the time against occupation. It is not a terrorist weapon.
But are you willing to disarm if it is in the context of a process towards building a Palestinian state?
If there is a Palestinian state, we'll be part. We will be engaged. We will be
the entire world, with all due respect, sir, the entire world is saying they want no role for Hamas in post-war governance of Gaza.
Look.
Do you disagree with that?
We agree. Yeah, no. We agree for a neutral committee to rule Gaza. We have no problem.
Right. So, and as part of that, Hamas will play no part, according to the Arab League, according to President Abbas, according to the United States, according to France.
Let me also to explain that this is a Palestinian issue. That some external powers, they want to impose something against our interest. Hamas is part of the Palestinian fabric. You could not exclude Hamas. But as I said again and again, regarding the ruling of Gaza, we are ready to be out of the ruling of Gaza. We have no problem with this.
Hamas recently announced that Israeli hostages have been spread out throughout Gaza City. ahead of and amid now this planned Israeli invasion of Gaza City. Is your intention to use those Israeli hostages as human shields?
No, we never use these people as shields. No, we never use them. All the time we explain that we as Hamas, we use these people or we deal with people according to the Islamic principles and according to the Islamic values.
But it was quite clear in the statement from the Al-Qassam brigades, which
I think this is a false accusation against all.
This is a statement from the Al-Qassam brigades, Hamas's military wing. They said that in order to deter this Israeli military invasion, they are placing Israeli hostages strategically.
The hostages are spread everywhere.
But they are placing them around Gaza City and saying that if they die, it will be on Netanyahu's hands, correct?
There is a big dilemma in this. Israel now is going and now is going to destroy Gaza, to destroy everywhere, to kill people everywhere. Yeah, you know, in Gaza now, they're killing more than, this morning, more than 84 people. Yesterday, about 109 people were killed. In the last months, more than 3,000.
I understand.
People
and when I speak with, and when I, sir, when
how
I,
can you,
with all due respect,
how can you stop this?
With all due respect, when I speak with Israeli officials, I press them on all of these questions. I'm speaking with you right now, and I'm asking about Hamas's role. And Hamas just announced that it is holding these Israeli hostages in strategic locations around Gaza City, moving them above ground, while Israel is carrying out an invasion. Is the intention? Is the intention to use these hostages as a human shield?
Israel should stop targeting the civilian, should stop targeting or to collapse the towers, or to destroy the towers everywhere. Now you know they sent some technology to destroy all homes in Gaza, all towers in Gaza. What do you want to do after that? What Israel is doing now, as I said, they want to demolish the whole Gaza, to destroy every hospital, mosques, schools, even churches, everywhere. How can you stop this madness in Gaza? How can you stop these atrocities in Gaza?
It has been nearly 2 years now since your organization, Hamas, carried out the October 7th attack, killing nearly 1,200 people, most of them civilians. It unleashed the deadliest Israeli military response that Gaza has ever seen. More than 65,000 people have been killed in Gaza, tens of thousands more injured. Gaza has been decimated. Do you accept any responsibility for triggering so much death and destruction?
Look, to me, this is a big story. Now, the history did not begin on October 7. We spent 78 years under the occupation, under the humiliation, under oppression, under repression, under killing, under displacement. Now, why a war just focus on October 7? What before October 7 is a result for the October 7.
I understand what you are saying, that there is history that happened before October 7th. But before October 7th, Israel had never unleashed this level of death and destruction on Gaza before. How can you look at me with a straight face and tell me that you accept no responsibility whatsoever for what has happened in the 2 years since?
What is the option is left for the Palestinians to do? Yeah, and we waited for.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you, sir, with all due respect, I'm asking you whether you accept any responsibility for the death and destruction that has followed since October 7th in Gaza.
This is the first time that Palestinians have shown sacrifice in this Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Since 1948 till now, 100,000 people were killed, 100,000 Palestinians were arrested.
But what gives you the right to decide that Palestinian women and children should be sacrificed on the altar of your resistance?
No, all the time we are sacrificing, we are fighting, not Hamas, Fatah and People's Front, Democratic Front.
But I am asking you about the civilian deaths in Gaza, and what gives you the right to decide it's a price worth paying. That child can die. It's okay. Because it's in order to fulfill our resistance.
As Hamas, we are fighting for the interests of the people. We don't want our people to be killed. We don't want our people to suffer more and more. I think now, look, you know what is the benefit of October 7 now? Now, when the award now, if you look to the General Assembly yesterday, when about 194 people opened their eyes and looked to the atrocity, to brutality of Israel, and all of them, they condemned Israel. We waited for this moment for 77 years in order to open their eyes to say that there is occupation, there is suffering of the Palestinian people, and we should end this occupation. I think this is a golden moment for the world to change the history. I think that now the world is a change. The history has changed now.
Sir, you were just saying that as a result of October 7th, you are seeing millions of people marching in the streets, you are seeing countries recognize Palestine as a state, you are seeing legitimacy for your people. And I am asking you whether the price that Palestinian people have paid so far was worth it.
I know the price is so high, but I'm asking again: what is the option?
It's worth it.
The option left to the Palestinians? You know what? We waited for a peaceful process, for a peaceful means since 1993, since Oslo Agreement till now. But I think we got a big deal.
Let me show you the words of your people. Okay, these are people in Gaza, and I want you to hear, because your own people in Gaza say that you do have responsibility for the situation there. I'd like to show you this.
رسالتنا لحماس أنه كفى مقامرة ومغامرة بنا. كفاكم يعني أنتم منفصلون عن الواقع.
Please watch. This is not it. There's more.
I have seen this video.
Sir,
yes.
There is more.
I have seen this video.
I would like you to, there are three people here. I would like you to hear their voices.
I know people are suffering. There are some people blame Hamas.
Why will you not listen to the voices of Palestinian people in Gaza?
Look, I know. This is not the whole story. I know because this is because of the Israeli crimes in the Gaza Strip.
It seems that sir, it seems that you don't want to hear the voices of people in Gaza who disagree with Hamas or who want to see Hamas removed from power.
But now,
why won't you listen to their voices?
All the world, listen to me. All the world said yesterday in the General Assembly that October 7 is not a justification for Israel to commit genocide, to kill civilians.
But I'm asking you to respond to what these people are saying. These people who want Hamas to surrender, lay down its weapons, and leave the Gaza Strip. What do you say to them?
No one asked Hamas to surrender. We will never surrender. We will never surrender.
Some of these people are asking Hamas to lay down their weapons and leave Gaza.
These people under abnormal circumstances. We put him under target and killing and massacre. What do you expect for people to say?
But many people would say, if you look at history, if you look at wars that have been fought, where overwhelming military force has been brought to bear, where tens of thousands of civilians have been killed, that you, as the adversary of Israel in this case, that you have a responsibility to do your part to end the suffering. And that would be to lay down your weapons.
We are working to end the suffering of people. Yani, Hamas was launched in 1987. All the time we are working for our people, not in October 7. Before that, all the time we are fighting and doing for the interest of our people. Now, the reaction of the occupation, in brutality, in killing and massacre, you put this responsibility in the shoulder of Hamas?
I'm not putting all the responsibility on the shoulders of Hamas. I'm asking you whether you have any responsibility in this regard.
We are responsible to save our people, to protect our people, to do anything.
Top Israeli officials say that Israelis cannot be safe unless Hamas is destroyed, right? That's their perspective. That if Hamas is allowed to continue to exist, that you will carry out October 7th style attacks again and again as long as you remain armed. Are they wrong?
We want to end the occupation.
Are they wrong?
We want to end the occupation. Who is a danger in this Israel? It's not Hamas. Hamas never, for example, acting against Egypt or Qatar or Saudi or American or British. I think we are against the occupation. That Hamas is a part of the Palestinian society, fighting for the Palestinian society, fighting for the Palestinian cause.
And so it sounds like you are saying what you said in
don't put the problem on the shoulder of Hamas. No, I think
sir, when I speak with Israeli officials, I press them about what they are doing in Gaza. When I'm speaking with Hamas officials, I press them for your responsibility. And in the weeks after October 7th, you said we will do this again and again and again. There will be a second, a third, a fourth attack. With rhetoric like that, why should Israelis accept to live alongside an organization like Hamas?
Before October 7, do you know that there is a siege on Gaza for 17 years?
I'm very aware.
Do you know that before October 7, that in the West Bank they're expanding settlements and building settlements, taking our lands, putting what's called gates in every Palestinian's towns? So I think that October 7 is not a justification to do that, to kill and to commit massacres against the Palestinians.
My final question to you. How does this war end?
I think it is easy. I think Mr. Trump and the world could ask the Netanyahu in order to stop the war, to stop the genocide in Gaza.
Do you have any confidence that he will do that?
I don't know. I think we tested them many times, but I think it is not easy to trust Mr. Trump or to trust the American administration. All the time they put the glasses of Israel.